tell ya. I tell ya. It is, it's fascinating, and over the break, we were discussing men with the Peter Pan syndrome. And what brings me, oh, hold on, getting a message here. It seems our closed captioning has gone out for those at home who are hearing impaired. Hank, stagehand, Hank, that's you.
Yo, what's up?
Closed captioning went out.
That is a shame.
Tell me about it. So we are going to need you to sign for the people at home.
I don't know sign language.
Not important. Not important. Just do your best. All right? I don't know how you got the job in the first place, but you're here for a reason. So why don't you just do what I tell you, because I'm the host of the show. Okay, and we're back. 3, 2. And thank you so much for joining us here on the morning show. We are fortunate enough to have in our presence Peter Pan himself. Thank you so much. Give him a round of applause. Frightened by his own shadow, but not applause. Okay, Peter, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, as you know, where I'm from, many of us have formed a community of a younger generation, and
like babies, like smaller adults.
Not quite babies, like little kids, like 5, 6-year-old boys and girls.
But they don't do adult things like drink adult beverages or have sex.
Actually, that's why I'm here today.
Oh, okay.
There's only so much that a boy forever can accomplish.
Oh.
And
You're dropping things.
the alcoholic epidemic in Neverland has become something that I don't know how to tolerate. It started with a celebration of the death of Captain Hook.
Like a big party.
Yes, there was a huge party, and what happened was, turns out, many of the pirates, including Smee, who work for Captain Hook, were just as happy about his demise as the rest of us were. The Indians, Native Americans, and all the boys and girls. And so the pirates joined our party, became friends with us, and they introduced us to malt liquor.
Oh, yes, I've had some troubles with malt liquor myself.
And it's been about 12 hours or so since I've had any. And considering that we've been basically drinking it nonstop, I find myself very concerned.
Well, in a land where you don't age, I would imagine that time has no, control over what you do. But your book, which you wrote recently, My Wife Ran Off with Our Dog.
And I do use the term wife loosely. Wendy being a child herself, technically we are not married, but we are life partners.
Right. Now, this brings me to an interesting point, your struggle with heroin. And I think you said in your book something about when I shoot heroin, it makes me feel like I'm flying like a butterfly into a field of chocolate-covered knives.
Mm-hmm. And dancing in an ocean full of Tyrannosaurus dolphins.
Right. So, Peter, tell me a little bit about that struggle.
It's not something I, to be honest, was prepared to talk to you about. I feel like it's been kind of sprung on me.
Oh, well, the cat's out of the bag now.
Yes, the cat is certainly out of the bag. My feelings on the subject are basically, I don't want to get over my addiction. I want to get deeper into it.
Right. I think you said something about I want to plant my face into my addiction as if I'm falling from a 40-story building and hitting the ground. Right?
Basically, that's how I feel. And that all started because Wendy caught me surfing the internet on various dating sites.
Oh.
Being a child, I find myself to be very fickle. and it's very easy for me to desire something else, something different.
Like a transsexual?
Like a dog. It turns out it was a gag, but I guess a couple of college boys back here in your world posted an ad about a dog looking for love, and I didn't know it was a joke, and I fell immediately in love with this dachshund.
Well, they are lovable.
The dachshund wasn't real. It was two college guys in a costume.
Oh my.
And I invited them over to the house, and of course they brought the beer,
Yeah.
which was good, to stop the
Shaking.
right.
Yeah.
But they spent about 2 hours picking me up and throwing me back and forth like a football.
I think you said in your book it felt as if you were set on fire and somebody tried to put you out with an axe.
That was when they forced me to do lines of fairy dust off of Tinkerbell's ass. That made me feel as though, more as though I were floating at 90 miles an hour into the side of a mountain.
Or the surface of the moon.
Or, yes, the surface of the moon is as I imagine it to be.
Right. And your addiction has made you struggle so much so that you felt like bashing your head repeatedly into a wall.
Yes, and in fact, I did bash my head repeatedly into a wall, over and over and over again. When I regained consciousness from that experience, I decided I had to write another book. And I wrote a book, and I believe you have a copy of it. Teenagers Think Life is Easy.
We have it here, folks, and it's underneath all of your chairs.
Um,
Thank you so much for joining.